Now you say the Most High gave his word to everybody, right?
That bondage you living out right now. That bondage is why you at the bus stop right now.
You understand? The scripture says, any man speak, let him speak of the oracles of God. They think the law is a small thing.
Separate, man. We are separate from these other nations, man.
That's right.
Yeah, you know what it is. 140 for the rebel, busy man shit, nigga. They take their head off, nigga.
I pray what Eve did to Adam, I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like Samson, I can't let no holder lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, oh they lies, this hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying, this shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Circle up and stay alert, another cop just stretch the nigga. He a demon, this an exorcism, watch I bless the nigga. You took that open blood, then you know I'm gon' get active with you. From the opposition, I see vision, let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spit and I ain't listening, is in fact a if revenge was a woman, now I stroke that bitch like Jack the Ripper. War, we gon' run the summer, it's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers, hell, should've never kidnapped my family. I can't do that, bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it young baby. How you real triggering on them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? What he saying something, I ain't hear him. This shit like it ain't about who got the gun, it's about who gon' up that pipe first. I turn a bad situation to a game changer. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raised up the chain. Free shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand that feeds you, you'll never get that hand back. He bitching about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody won't be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. I'm a certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, out with that hollow side, yeah, this the real McCoy. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still about my bread, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get that boy lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my actions. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering?
Absolutely.
Should a thief go to jail when he steals?
Absolutely.
Should a robber pay back the money he robbed?
Absolutely.
So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did?
That's right. That's right.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog.
This obstacle set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home. Only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe the slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting. The trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles will make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be. Slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash. Get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom, we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
You see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood, Slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in this body, you fit the Lord, fuck the cocktail. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Von Dale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is served cold, I just hope they make an oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in a world of mass shooters. Devils design fire for our babies to pass through. In the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
You see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
Shalom, Israel. And when I mean Israel, I'm talking about the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. The Lord's 54th annual Passover is going down again this year, sundown, April 1st at 500 South Salisbury Street in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Downtown Conventional Center. It's got enough room for all of us. The Lord's 54th annual Passover. Last year, brothers and sisters showed up from all over the world, rocking ancient garments and glorious apparel in order to serve the Most High in Christ. Now, it's that time again. Commander General Yohana's putting out the decree for all brothers and sisters to show up sundown, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. But before then, Thursday, it's going down at the Durham Armory, our annual all-black party. Last year was also the Hebrew Academy graduation dinner. This year, Commander General Yohana got something special for y'all. It is going down. What's happening? A full-blown Hebrew concert featuring Shar, UPK Natazal, Kwarak Ice. This is not something you want to miss. Join us at the Sheridan in Raleigh, the hotel right downtown. It's at 421 South Salisbury. The Passover is right up the block at the Convention Center, literally within walking distance. Make sure you pull up. Make sure that you do your due diligence because rooms are going fast and they are limited this weekend. You understand? understand we have months in advance of preparation. Do not wait till the last minute to get your room. The Lord's 54th annual Passover, Saturday, April 1st, in Raleigh, North Carolina. Join us there.
It's about time, send them curses to them enemies.
ISUPK presents the 54th annual Feast of Unleavened Bread. Last year we did it big. This year is going to be way big. More brotherhood, more sisterhood, more UPK. On Sunday, April 2nd, 2023, we're going to be at 421 South Salisbury Street in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Sheraton Raleigh Hotel Ballroom. We calling all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to come join us.
Into your third eye peephole. Line for line, this shit too easy. It's like a free throw. Mastered the game too early. This bitch is cheat code.
Remember, admission to the Passover is $200 per adult. That's $200 per adult. For more information, call 919-697-8257. Call 919-697-8257.
Mic check. Shalom, Lord Christ, Israel. Still no time. Shalom, Lord Christ, Israel. It's Officer Qadash with ISUPK. Started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Command and Jerry Yohana. And like we do every week, we take back our culture. You know, we've been in this Western society over here for way too long. And we got to get back to what's ours. So what you'll see is that there's an ancient Hebrew and an Assyrian Hebrew, and we'll put both of the alphabets on the board, so we'll see it at all times as we're parsing it out. But the ancient is ours. The Assyrian, you can just call it like an bastardized kind of version of it. That's the most popular. You'll see that in a lot of books. I'll show you one that we have for reference. So if you're looking to get certain vocabulary words, you want to know how to say purse or mountain or something like that, they do have English to Hebrew dictionaries. And you see that's with the Assyrian script. But when you know the alphabet, one of the things that you'll see is that the all the letters line up. The only thing that I'm gonna admit, and I will always admit it's a little difficult for me, is with the Assyrian, you have letters like the Y, the Ha, and the Za. They all look similar. When you look at the Da, the Y, the Za, and even the Ra in the Assyrian text, all of those look similar. So it just takes getting used to doing it over and over again, getting familiar with the actual language, the actual script of it. You'll see sometimes it's wrote two different ways. I showed you an app last week. Well, there's two different apps, and in one app, it's kind of straightforward, and the other one is kind of fancy. It looks like it was written with a calligraphy pen versus a ballpoint pen. And then you have some that has all of the little dots underneath that actually mean something. And Salaki, I was actually supposed to come with an answer this week for what do those dots and some of those texts mean underneath. But let's get the vocabulary, the alphabet on the board. You got your I, Ba, Ga, Da. You know what? I'm gonna start off right and smaller because I want to be able to get both of them on the board and keep them at the top, just as a reference as we try to get through this series. So, A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Ra. I'm actually writing these pretty neat today. I'm proud of myself. Remember, the Ka, you can kind of write the Ka two different ways. And I'll show you one in a script that you might come across and see. La, you got your Ma, your Na, your Sa, your I, Pa, you got your Taza. You ain't gotta eat all of it. You don't gotta eat all of it. It might give you a stomach ache. Qua, Ra, Sha, and Tha. Probably could have spaced it out a little bit better. You know what? I will. That's good. I did. I'll space it out a little bit better next time. So now you have the Assyrian. I'm gonna try to not, how you say, line it out. Like when I look at some of these, like give an example, the Shah and maybe the I in the Assyrian, they have these, it looks like wings at the top. And you see how it's like straight lines, or maybe that's not a good example. All right, we'll do the Da, the Wa, and the Za. So the Da is essentially looks like this in this manuscript. The Wa, the Ta, the Za, what was the other one? The Na, kind of similar. The Ra. So all of these are different letters, but at a glance they can look the same. I exaggerated some of these. So when you look at the Da, this part, the top part on this script looks like it just goes over, and then this one just cuts down. But here with the Ra, it looked like they did it in one fluid motion and just turned the corner. So I don't know if that makes a difference, but size-wise on the paper, they look the same, the Da and the Ra. This one just looks like it was done in 2 strokes, that was done in 1 stroke. So however you learn it or differentiate it, just make sure you get it down. But so the Ba is kind of example what I was just explaining about done in 2 strokes. So it looks like it's and like that, but it stops at the corner. But and as you see, it's going to be a few more that looks very similar, like the Ka, and that's why I feel like it's a stupid script. It's not ours. The bastardized. We can talk ish about their script. Anyway, guy, I'm not going to harp on it too long. Moving on. Got your Ha. Wa. Your Za. Like the Ka and the Ha. 2 very similar. So So I guess outside of, like, you know how you're gonna write it out to be able to notice it, but the biggest thing is knowing how to differentiate it when you're actually reading it in another script and say, oh, that's what that one is, and that's what that letter is. Sorry. Rocky, bear with me. I'm new to the Assyrian script, so writing it out is, I don't write it out as fluently as I write out the ancient. The more I write that pi, it's going to more look like the Old English D. Alright, so next time I'm going to definitely write them bigger. I don't want to rewrite them because it'll probably take me an hour to rewrite them. That's an exaggeration, but there you have it. You got your I, your ba, your ga, your da, your ha, your wa, your za, your ka, your ta, ya, ka, which is the hard ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, ta, za, kwa, ra, sha, and sa. I'm gonna leave those on the board. So y'all know Passover is next week. Passover is coming up. It's a week away. Everybody is ordered to be in Raleigh, North Carolina a week away, a week from now. And because it's the Passover, where do we find the Passover at? The order or the law of the Passover, not necessarily the story. Because we know the actual event of the Passover took place in Exodus. But where do we find it being made a law, if I can word it that way? Let's go to the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, and I'll start at verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 2, speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them concerning the feast of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, even these are my feasts. Verse 3, 6 days shall work be done, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of rest and holy convocation. Ye shall do no work therein. It is a Sabbath of the Lord in all your dwellings. Verse 4, these are the feasts of the Lord, even holy convocations, which ye shall proclaim in their seasons. In the 14th day of the first month at even is the Lord's Passover. And on the 15th day of the same month, it is the feast of the unleavened bread unto the Lord. 7 days you must eat unleavened bread. And the first day ye shall have a holy convocation, ye shall do no work therein, but ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord 7 days. And the 7th day is a holy convocation, ye shall do no servile work therein. So that was Leviticus chapter 23, and we started at verse 1 and we read down through verse 9, to verse 9. And that is where you find Passover being ordered and the 7-day Sabbath being ordered. And notice these are holy convocations. Convocation meaning separate, set apart, gathering. I mean, a holy gathering, a sacred assembly, rather. So it's a day that you're supposed to gather together and read the scriptures. And that's what we do every Saturday. So tomorrow, we'll be in here reading out of the Torah in the Hebrew and then in the English. So what I want to do is try to get Leviticus 23 and let's do verse 5 or 6. Let me see real quick. Let's do verse 5. Leviticus chapter 3 and verse 5. And what I'm going to do, well, actually, Salaki, before I do that, real quick, I want to throw up of course, your possessive prepositions and your possessive adjectives, just real quick, so any newcomers can have it. Those are things that you're not necessarily going to find in a dictionary for it being a word. It's something that you just kind of got to memorize, so when you see it in the beginning of the word, because it's more of a rule. So at the end of the word shows the possession of that root word, and at the beginning of the word it shows the preposition, that direction of the root word. So like I can always put the example after I throw them on the board so you'll get the picture. Get them up there. My, your, his, her, and as I'm writing them, you think like these are all words. Yeah, these are all words, correct. But these are represented specifically a certain type of way in a word to let you know what it's talking about. So to show ownership, and I wanted to say that's his car or that's his house. We will find the word house. You'll pull up, go in your dictionary, find the word house. And when you write it out, you would add what the his is in front of it to show the possessiveness of it, I guess, or the ownership of it. So my is represented as Yah, Pin is dying. Yours represented as Ka. His is why, hers, ha. Our is Noah. Your, the masculine plural, is Khan. The feminine plural is Khan. Their masculine and feminine is Mana. And what you'll notice when you get to the prepositions, you'll see ma. Oh, Slakia, before I said possessive at the beginning. It's possessive at the end, and preposition is at the beginning. So now you have wa, ha, ya, ma, ba,